Good day, everyone. This is the video on how to create assignment number 8, which is mail merge. Now, if you're using a regular PC, you go to your word processing unit, and under the assignments, you'll see files that are needed for the mail merge problem for PCs. And down underneath that is files for Macintosh users. So if you're using a Macintosh, you run the video and stuff that's underneath that. If you're doing PCs, run this video. Alright, now the video is running. Let's see how to do the mail merge. Step 1 is you will go up and open mail merge cruise ship problem for PC users, and when you open that up, you will get complete directions on how to do it. It explains what mail merge is, and then it gives you the letter that you're going to be typing, and step-by-step directions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. So there is your printed copy of directions to do mail merge. I'm going to do this through a video instead. You know, both are very, very helpful to have. It'd be good to print out the step-by-step directions so that after you run the video, it'll really make sense to you. All right, so how do you begin assignment number 8? Well, step 1, as I said, is to open up the step-by-step directions and run this video. Now, mail merge begins by going to word processing. You need to go to Start Word Processing, and you always, in every word processing document you do, you must click on the no spacing rule. That's right here, no spacing rule. Every document you've done so far should be with no spacing rule. All right, the next step is to go to Mailings, come down to Start Mail Merge, and come down to Step-by-Step Mail Merge Wizard. Click on that. Now you get a panel down the right-hand side, and basically you follow what the panel says. I've got to move this out of here somewhere. Okay, there we go. Now, step 1, it says here you're on step 1 of 6 steps. Now, at the top, it says, what do you want to do? Letters, mailing, labels, envelopes. We want letters, so if that isn't checked, click on it. Now let's go down to the bottom. Step 1, it says starting the document. So click on starting the document. Now we come up to the top and it says, how do you want to set up your letters? Do you want to use the current document, or do you want to use an existing document? Now I'm assuming that we don't have a document, that we're going to have to type it out. And this is the letter that you're going to be typing out. It's in your directions. It's a letterhead, and the information you need is provided for you on the step-by-step directions that you were asked to print out. All right, so now we're going to have to type a new letter. Okay, we use the current document, which is currently blank. Let's get down to the next step where it says select the recipients, that who is going to get the letter. Let's click select recipients. Now, I want you to assume for a minute that you're working for a cruise ship company like this, and you have 2,000 people who are going to take the cruise, and you want to send each one a personalized letter, or at least they'll think it's personalized when they get it. And you have 2,000 customers. You don't want to type out the same letter 2,000 times. And besides, the company has a database of all the people who are going on the cruise. They already know their names, addresses, what cabin numbers they are. So instead of typing 2,000 letters, we're going to type this letter once. Then we're going to use an existing database for the names and addresses, then merge them together, and we'll have 2,000 letters all looking like they were done personally. All right, so it says, do we want to use an existing database? Yes, we do. So we click on the Browse button. Click Browse. Now, in the directions, the printed directions that I asked you to print out on how to do this, I told you to open the database and save it to the desktop. Now, let me show you how you would get that. You would go back to your word processing assignment directions, and you'll see here it says cruise ship for PC users. This is the one I asked you to open and save to your desktop. So let's just open that up for a second, and we'll click open with Microsoft Excel. There we go. And let's save it to the desktop. Just go File, Save As, and save it to your desktop. Okay, here's mine right here. Cruise Ship Database for PC users. It's on my desktop. I will click Save. Right now I can close out of that and close out of this. And now let me get back to my letter where I was. Document 3, here we go. Okay, here we are. We are now back to the step where it says we're going to use an existing database. Now let's click the Browse button and find it. Click Browse, and we'll switch over to the desktop. And I happen to have it, Cruise Ship Database for PC users. Here it is here. I saved it to the desktop and I remembered where it was, so I click Cruise Ship Database and click Open. It now shows me this dialog box, and on this dialog box it is sheet 1, so I'm just going to click OK. Now it shows me the names and addresses of all the people I have in the database. Now I only have 3 for our demonstration purposes. In the real world you would have 2,000, one for each customer. Anyway, so we have their name field, city, state, street, cabin number, and so forth. Alright, so I'll click the OK button. Alright, now at this step we now go down the list, and it says here, write your letter. So we're on step 3 of 6. It says write your letter, so click on that button there. Now at this point you would actually write in the letter. You would type in the name of the company and the date and all that kind of stuff. You'd write that in. Now to save some time, I've already written that letter, and I'm going to copy what I had before and go back to whoops, hold on a second. We got to go back to what we were working on, document 3. Okay, now again, we're at the step where it told us to write the letter. Now I'm gonna, instead of me sitting here typing this whole letter, I'm just going to paste it in there now, just to save some time. Paste. Okay, there's my letter. Now, as part of the letter, you're supposed to highlight the address and go on home and center that and make the heading a little bit bigger, just so it looks like a letterhead. Now, another thing you're supposed to do is to insert a picture of a ship, a little logo in the upper right-hand corner. To do that, you go to Insert, Clip Art, and over here in the search box, click Search for Ship. And I'm just going to click Go. Now, I don't care what you use. Any picture of a ship at all, it doesn't really matter. Let's see what I've got here. Something that looks decent, like a cruise ship. This is all I can find. I'll just put the sailing ship. It doesn't matter which one you put. Okay, now the picture is in there. Now I have to close out of the clip art. Okay, and it kept my Mailbridge box open. Okay, now here's where people have a lot of trouble. They don't follow the directions. You're supposed to make this small by going to any one of the 4 corners. Any one of the 4 corners. See the little dots in each of the 4 corners? When the arrow becomes a 2-way arrow, drag it down and it becomes small. Now, you're supposed to put it up over here. But if you click on it, it won't move. See, it moves only a little bit. It won't move where you want it. In order to make it move, you have to, with it highlighted, on the Format tab, click where it says Wrap Text. Click on the down arrow and choose In Front of Text. Now you can move that wherever you want to. And it should look like a company letterhead, little logo in the left-hand corner. And after the word Massachusetts, I'm going to press Enter, and then I'm going to go Shift, underline key, and put a line across to separate it. That's all. That's all you do to put the line. Okay, now, I had forgotten to put the date. Let me get back over to the left. I forgot to type the date when I did this. And let's say this is October 20th, 2013. And I'm doing this in advance. Okay, now, you now put your cursor below the date. about 4 lines below the date. Now, when you typed your letter, I tell you in the directions, do not type the codes when you copy the letter. You only type the letter as shown here. These codes will be inserted as we go along, and then I'll show you that now. So at this point on step 4 of 6, I'm going to go over here and click on the button that says More Items. My cursor is about 4 spaces underneath the date. I click More Items. Now, what do I want in that space? I want the person's name. So I click Insert, and then I have to click Close. Press the Enter key. The next line of the address, I go back to More Items, and I choose I want the street. So I click Street, Insert, Close, press Enter, go back to More Items. The next line of the address will be the city. City, Insert, Close. Now at this point, you have to manually insert a comma and a space. For that comma and space to appear on every letter, you have to type it here. Next thing, More Items, and we'll choose State, Insert, Close. Now, we'll go down to where it says Dear, and we'll put a space, and we want to go to More Items, and we want to insert the name code, Close. Then it says, we are pleased to inform you that we request for cabin number. Now I have to click right there. I'm going to try to make this a little bit bigger for you. Cabin number, and I go to More Items, and I want to insert cabin number. Insert, Close. Now look, I have to put a space after cabin number. It will run in together into the word. So I've inserted the code for cabin. All right. Now let's go back, and it says cabin number has been on. Okay, on what? You want to insert the date field here. Go to More Items, click on Date, Insert, Close, and put a space after the date code. Otherwise, it'll all run together. Has been approved. So it says, if you have any, should you have any questions concerning the reservation, call the operator and tell them you have a question concerning. Now, I'm going to put the cursor after the G and put a space, and then put More Items, reservation number, insert, close. And now notice I end with a period at the end of the sentence. So what I'm showing you here is now the letter that's really virtually ready to merge. Now, you would never do this, but I'm going to highlight these, make them red and bold to show you where I inserted codes. And the codes, when I click the merge button, will actually insert the right person's name, the right person's address, the right person's cabin number, the right person's date, and the right person's reservation number. So each letter will look like it was done personally to them. Again, you'd never do this in the real world, but I want to show you what it looks like so you know that it's been merged. Okay, now, again, if you don't know where these codes go, they are given to you right on the letter. When you type the letter and you print it out, you can go back later and see where the codes are supposed to be inserted. All right, now, to do this, we're now in step 4 of 6. Now, the next step says preview your letter. So click preview. Now notice, it assembled the first person in the database. Mr. Joe Smith, dear Mr. Smith, your request for cabin number 256 on November 3rd has been approved, and it gives a reservation number. Now notice it only shows the first letter. It gives you a chance to check it out. If you found any mistakes, like for example, I had a spelling error here, I don't want to continue with the merge. I'll just go back to the button that says previous, and I'll operate O. It should be an O. So I'll fix the spelling. And then I'll just go back again to preview the letter, and now I see it's all fixed up. If the letter is all ready to merge, you go to step 5 of 6, which says complete the merge. Please note, clicking complete the merge does not complete the merge at all. You still only have one letter that's done. Don't ask me why they said that button completes the merge when it doesn't. No idea. It did not complete the merge. Do not stop until you finish the merge. Here's how to do it. When you come to step 6 of 6, you have to click edit the individual letters. If you don't do that, the merge is not done and you have to do the whole thing all over again. So let's click on step 6 of 6, click edit the individual letters. And when you do that, now it says, do you want to merge them all? Yes, all is click OK. Now when I scroll down, let me make this smaller so you can see. When I scroll down, you'll see here's the first letter. You probably can't read it, but the first letter says Mr. Joe Smith and your cabin number such and such. The next letter is Miss Alan Snow, your cabin number and so forth. And the last letter is Janice Carson, and it gives the cabin number and all that. So there is your completed merge. Now, this is what's critical. You must save this document that has 3 pages in it. This is the one that you will email me as a completed document for assignment number 8. So here's what you do. Simply go up to File, Save As, and now I don't care where you save it. You save it wherever you want as long as you know where it went. Okay? I'm going to save mine just for convenience. I'm going to save it to the desktop so I know where it went. Okay, and I'm going to call it Party Time Cruise. Just leave the name there and press space, and I'm going to type completed merge, and then click save. Now this, when you click save, this is the document you want to email me for having completed assignment number 8. So before you email me assignment number 8, what you need to do is close out of it, and I'm just going to close out of everything because I'm done, and go back to, I'm going to go to Windows Explorer, I'm going to go back to the desktop, and I'm going to go to, let's see if I can find it, Cruise Ship Mail Merge. I'm running short on time for my videotape, but trust me, if I can find it real quick, Cruise Ship Mail Merge, it should be now vertical. Let me go over here. 1 second. Party Time Cruise Ship completed merge. Here it is. Before you email it to me, open it up. And I see 1 page, 2 page, 3 page. That is the only way it is acceptable. If you open it and you find only 1 page, then you didn't do it right. You skipped something. When you completed the mail merge, you forgot to save it. So this is the one that I want. Now your word processing exam is exactly the same way. It's a different letter, different people's names and addresses. And this procedure is simple to follow. If you print out the directions first, the hard copies, and watch the video, then you should complete it no problem at all. So good luck on that, and we'll hope you do a good job on it. Thank you.